Hello, sophomores. This is Mr. Miller. If you don't know me, it's probably because I teach all freshmen during the day. However, I am the service learning coach for George Washington High School, and I want to spend a little bit of time introducing you to your sophomore capstone project. You probably just finished watching The Story of Stuff and maybe had a brief conversation going over the answers. Your project this year for your sophomore capstone will focus on that story of stuff. What that looks like, well, let's take a look at what this project is. You should all have a blue folder, and you should have two sheets of paper in there, one that you just completed, and one that we're going to look at now. You should be looking at the side that says Sophomore Capstone Project Introduction. This just goes over a brief couple things about this project. Overall, you have to complete this in order to move on to junior year, so we'll work together to get this done. You will earn 25 service learning hours once you complete this at the end of your sophomore year. The idea is that you're going to know the product that you choose better than anybody in the school, including me, including your teachers, and better than anybody in the community. You're going to be a master of the product that you choose. You will earn credit for this in all of your classes, so it's important for your classes, it's important for your graduation, kind of the idea of this project. And you will learn about this in pretty much all of your classes, so it's going to be kind of an opportunity for you to see how your classes connect together, as opposed to just learning, okay, geometry today, I'm going to go on to U.S. history next. It's going to be how do these classes work together. Little things to keep in mind. That blue folder, you're going to hand it to your teacher at the end of class today after you've chosen your product. I'm going to look through it and basically approve or say you need to give me more to choose your product. And keep in mind that only one person can have each product. So you want to think about a product that you use during the day, maybe that's unique to you that you're interested in. If 15 people choose an iPhone, well, whoever has the best description of why they wanted to use an iPhone or why an iPhone is important to them is going to be able to use that for their product. So when you're doing this product choice sheet, you really want to think about maybe a product that not a lot of people are going to choose, something that's important to your family, something that's important to you personally, maybe a grandparent or brother or sister, and we'll roll with that for the rest of the school year. Let's see. You will be completing this little by little. The worst thing you can do is procrastinate. I know it's super easy to do, but when due dates come up, get it done. It might seem like a huge project when you get into it, but the more that you stay on top of your assignments, the easier it's going to be. And you can look at the people at the end of the year who are struggling to finish this and say, "Sucker, I finished this already." If you need additional helps that your teacher maybe doesn't have time for or doesn't have the question available at that time, you can come to me at any time before school, after school in room 104. I'll also be in sophomore lunch after the plan. At the beginning right here, you're just going to choose your product, and then you won't actually start working on this until after you take the plan assessment. So right now I just want to get everybody set up, get them knowing what you are going to be using as your product, and then we'll work a lot more on this later in the school year. So you could flip over on the back side of this sheet is your product choice sheet. And this is where you get to choose what product you want to do for your project. You will be doing this until the end of your sophomore year. Really, Unit 8 is where you're going to hit hard with this project. So you're going to list your product. You're going to tell me, describe it a little bit. I might not know exactly what you're talking about, but describe your product. Then after that, a paragraph to describe why this product is so important to your life. That is where I'm mostly going to base my decision off of approved, you can use this product, or I'll give it back to you and say you need to think about this a little bit more, or 30 other people chose this, maybe think of a different product. You can always see me before or after school if you weren't approved in order to see what products are available and what you might be able to do. The bottom of that sheet, this is something just to think about. What questions of these can you answer? You might be able to look some of these up, but just to kind of give you an idea and help you out with your assignments later on. But this is a project of student choice. So you have the choice of what product you want to do. You also have the choice of the quality of your presentation, the quality of the work that you do, keeping in mind that your teachers are going to give you a grade for this. So the better quality, the higher grade you're going to get. And you will also be presenting this at the end of the school year to teachers, other students, community members, parents. So the better your presentation is, the better you're going to feel when you're presenting it to other people. You can also choose how you present it, whether you do like a trifold poster board. I have a bunch of those that you can use. You can also create a website and have different tabs for your information. And if you have other ideas on what you want to choose for this project, just talk to me before school, after school, during lunch if you see me. Any questions you have, ask your teacher, ask me. You know where you can find me. The basic idea of this project is to choose a product. You're going to look at it in depth. So those the 5 steps in the materials economy: extraction, production, distribution, consumption, and disposal. You're going to analyze your product at these 5 steps. So where do the materials of your product come from? How is your product manufactured? How much material is used? What's the volume of it? Distribution. Well, where does it come from? How does it get from point A to point B? Is it delivered? Is it manufactured where it's sold? You can talk about consumption. So how are people using it? What's the marketing that's involved in marketing your product? When you talk about disposal, so where does your product go? If it goes to the landfill, how much space is it using? And one of the key points with disposal is, what are some alternatives? Can you recycle it? Maybe there's another product out there that's better than the one you chose, but is used for the same thing. So we're really going to look at choices after this, and what impact can you make with the knowledge that you now have of your product. So this is really an opportunity for you to look deeply at a product and say, this is a really good product, like it's great for the environment, it's reusable, can be passed down for generations. Or maybe this product sucks, it's good for 2 months and you have to throw it away. It fills up the landfills, we're not going to have enough land forever. And so you can maybe provide some alternatives for people that they might not have thought about in the beginning. So this whole product, this whole entire project is really up to you, and your teachers are here to support you. You'll see after the plan where these assignments are coming from and how they'll fit together. And yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. It'll be a good amount of work, but it'll be something that hopefully you're interested in and you'll find extremely useful. So at this point in time, go ahead, fill out that product choice sheet. Really think about it. Maybe talk to some friends and see what they're choosing. Don't choose the same thing because you won't get approved if everybody's choosing the same thing. When you're finished, you can hand it to your teacher. They'll pass that on to me, and then I'll make sure I get that back to you. Parent-teacher conferences are Wednesday, so if you're seeing this before Wednesday, you can come stop by my table, ask me any questions you have, and that's about it. Take it easy.